The issue is a proposal, not a done deal. President Trump's budget for fiscal year 2026 seeks to dramatically overhaul federal housing policy. While he is not outright eliminating Section 8, the proposed changes would have a similar effect by significantly reducing its funding and shifting the program's structure. The plan calls for a $26 billion cut to federal rental aid and would replace the current system with a state-based block grant program. This would give states more control, but would also put a 2-year cap on assistance for non-elderly able-bodied adults. This has sparked widespread alarm among housing advocates who warn it would lead to a massive increase in homelessness and instability for millions of low-income families. As of now, this is a budget proposal, and Congress, which holds the power of the purse, has yet to pass it into law. The reasons behind President Trump's proposed changes to Section 8 are a blend of fiscal and ideological goals. The administration's budget proposes a significant reduction in federal spending, aiming to address what it refers to as a national debt crisis. By cutting over $26 billion in rental aid, the administration aims to curb spending and restore fiscal sanity. Ideologically, the proposed changes are rooted in the belief that the federal government's role in housing should be minimized. The plan to replace Section 8 with state-based block grants reflects a preference for empowering states to manage their own housing programs. The administration argues this would allow for greater efficiency and local control, enabling states to tailor solutions to their unique needs. Additionally, the proposal to impose a 2-year cap on assistance for non-elderly able-bodied adults is based on the idea that long-term federal assistance can disincentivize work and that housing aid should be temporary, encouraging self-sufficiency. The most significant consequences of the proposed changes to Section 8 would be a massive increase in homelessness and housing instability for millions of Americans. The $26 billion in proposed cuts to federal rental assistance would reduce the number of households served, and the 2-year cap on assistance for non-elderly, able-bodied adults would put millions of working families at risk of eviction. Another major consequence would be a disruption of the housing market. Many private landlords rely on the predictable income from Section 8 vouchers, and a sudden reduction in the program could lead to bankruptcies and foreclosures, destabilizing communities. Finally, replacing the program with state-based block grants could create a patchwork of different policies across the country. States might choose to reduce funding further or shift their priorities away from helping the most vulnerable, leading to even greater inequality in housing assistance. One key solution is for Congress to reject the proposed budget cuts and maintain the current structure and funding for Section 8 and other housing programs. Since the president's plan is just a proposal, Congress has the final say on federal spending. Housing advocates and organizations can lobby Congress to show the widespread negative impact that the proposed changes would have on communities and the housing market. Another solution is for state and local governments to proactively secure their own funding and resources for housing assistance. While the proposed block grant program would give states more control, it also comes with a significant funding reduction. By seeking additional revenue streams through local taxes, bonds, or public-private partnerships, states and cities can prepare for potential cuts and ensure that housing assistance programs can continue to operate and meet the needs of their communities. This could also involve streamlining local regulations that increase the cost of housing construction to expand the overall supply of affordable homes.